So my name's Daniel, I'm from Warbit, and this is a very quick presentation about how to deliver the Declutter campaign within organisations. Okay, so I'm going to cover why it's important, why a Declutter campaign is important. I'm going to cover what it is. I'm going to give you the approach that I've used in the past, and I'm going to explain the free resources that we'll make available to you. So what is it? A Declutter campaign is very simply giving staff within your organisation easy access to the facility to declutter their offices. Okay, very simple. Why would you want to do it? Okay, well, let's start at the bottom there. If you declutter your room, if you declutter your office, you get a feeling of well-being, which translates into better productivity. Okay, so this is about the health and well-being of staff, really. Okay, to declutter their space. The first thing I mentioned there, keystone habit. The declutter of the office can be used as a keystone habit to lead to more reuse behaviour, so more reuse of assets, and it can also lead to better disposal of waste. So it's kind of like a keystone habit or a gateway habit into more sustainable behaviours. Okay. So the approach we use at Warbit to deliver declutter campaigns is we create an intranet guidance for all of the wastes or the popular wastes or the significant waste within an office. Okay. We provide the method for the staff member to dispose of that waste. We break down those actions into bite-sized bits so that the staff member can incorporate decluttering into their work life. And this is a passive campaign, okay? So it's there all the time. We then monitor the effectiveness of it. We illustrate the benefit of the ad campaign and we repeat it the next year. So, how to take action. So somebody has to lead on this campaign, okay? So how do you take action on it? You break down the project into milestones. You set short deadlines, okay? So you want to break down that project into major activities and set short deadlines towards achieving those activities. And as part of our additional support and communication materials, we will send you out the list of milestones, okay? So some milestones you might want to consider. Who can help you with this activity, okay? What materials do you want to decide staff are going to dispose of through the Declutter campaign? What are these disposal routes? Who's going to communicate and how are you going to do it? Okay, and then you also need to decide what the internet content is going to look like and what sort of support you're going to give this campaign. Okay, some of the issues that might crop up, you need to make staff and support staff and the stakeholders involved with this realise this isn't any extra work, right? All that stuff would have to get cleared at some point. The only change here is you're going to have more volume within a specific time frame in one moment of time. Okay. So who's in the team? Who's your stakeholders you want to consider? Well, all of these people here, or the equivalent in the estate or the organisation, are interested in a declutter guide or a declutter campaign rather. I've got question marks next to post and porters because, you know, the postal system is a great way to dispose of light materials, and so you might want to consider that. And also porters or the equivalent, you know, it might be outsourced, it might be in-house, but these people who have the equivalent of a porter and role are generally used for, you know, moving things around, so they might need to be involved. Okay, I'm going to go to a case study that I produced a few years ago at Newcastle University, and this gives you a perfect example of how we propose that you deliver declutter campaigns. So as you can see, where you're really sort of emphasising about this being done within the normal staff activities, okay? So we've broken it down into paper products, batteries, mobile phones, electrical items, books, cassettes, lever arch files, Okay, now if I was to go back in time and do this again, I would probably simplify this. You know, I'd probably get rid of cassettes. I might put these two streams together. You can get the gist of how we are proposing you deliver this. And then we've also included some fairly light top tips for staff to follow. So that is what it will look like. You know, you should put this sort of thing on your intranet site where staff can passively access it, and it breaks it down for them. And I'd suggest, you know, you do a big launch campaign and then staff dip in and out of this over time, okay? So what you also might want to consider is a large proportion of the declutter might be old furniture, stationery, and reusable assets, leverage files, or binders as they're called in the US. So if you've got a reuse system, you know, make sure that you use your reuse system to redistribute these surplus assets around the estate, because you don't want to move these assets out into storage or out into a yard. You want to find new homes for them from the point of disposal, the old use, to the point of new use. Okay, so use your reuse system. And then if you can, as part of the campaign, you want to be tracking the financial and environmental benefits of the program, because you know you want to be collecting that data and presenting it to the committees and senior management to show them what a good activity this is, so that you can carry on doing it. Now, all right, if you use Warpit, we will track the savings for you, yeah, but you know, it doesn't have to be as detailed as this. You could just do a survey to the staff and ask them, you know, how many people took part in this, what did you dispose of, how did you feel afterwards, so you know you can get that qualitative data as well as quantitative data, okay? And what I just want to, before I finish, I'd like to just say that we can send you some support materials, and we've done a Declutter branded campaign around this image and this sort of typeface, where we've got a leaflet, a poster, banner, an email signature, and other communication media built around this brand, where you can use it and stick your own logo on and your own instructions, and use this to sort of publicize your Declutter campaign. We will also send you out the milestones you might want to consider as well, and other support materials, so just drop me an email after this. I'm also available for any help and advice, okay? So those are the free resources we're going to send out. There's my email. If you're attending this as part of a webinar, you'll get an automatic email after this with all of that material on, okay? So that's my quick declutter guide. Let me know how you get on.